mother.
Jesus.
Like father. Like son. You remember Absalom's sister Tamar, who was raped by their brother Amnon. Guess how Absalom decided to take care of that? Guess how he decided? Like father, like son. Absalom had Amnon killed by his servants like his daddy had Uriah killed by his soldiers.
Teach today.
Like father.
All right.
Like son. 2 Samuel 13:28 says in the Living Bible, Absalom told his men, wait until Amnon is drunk. Then at my signal, kill him. Don't be afraid. I'm the one who gives the orders around here. And this is a command. Take courage and do it like father, like son.
Wow.
Absalom learned the life of an adulterer and a murderer from his father.
Well,
let me say this, Father. If you are a wife abuser,
come on now, teach.
Your son will be so awesome.
Wow.
If you cheat, steal, and lie, so will your children. If you are an adulterer, drinker, use drug, gamble, have a potty mouth, chances are you will hear time in and time out. You are just like your father.
Yes.
I only want to hear that in a positive way. I don't want my mama standing up and scorning me, talking about I'm just like my daddy. He was no good, and guess what? You're no good.
Jesus.
Our children can do us proud or bring us shame, and fathers are directly responsible for the behavior of our children. Remember, I keep saying it, like what, Brother Bruce? I got to say it 7 times for it to stick. I said it 5, huh? Like father, like son. I got one more. The second thing that Absalom did that we should avoid is this. Something else that we should avoid. David's failure to discipline his children.
All right, say that.
David had a problem with disciplining his children. Now, how many know discipline is necessary? If you need help believing that, come see me at the church. I can tell you, discipline is necessary.
That's right.
At the age of a grown man, I had a healthy respect for Ernest Ambrose. Why? Because I remember and I recounted and I thought on those times when he would tear me up. Some children don't even know about that. They can't even relate to that.
You're right.
But I remember those good old-fashioned whoopings. There wasn't no DCFS knocking at the door. Wasn't no teacher calling and saying, you can't whoop. Your child said that you whooped them and you beat them and you going and telling?
Wow.
You going to tell on Ernest Ambrose? No, that wasn't going to happen.
No, that's right.
That wasn't happening. Fathers and mothers too, let me ask you this. Do you or would you want a child that is disrespectful, obnoxious, and even abusive towards you? Would you want that?
No.
I can't think of any parent that would want a child like that. Okay? A child that just walks all over you. Okay? Just walks all over you, got you walking around on eggshells because you don't want to say the wrong thing. Why? Because you don't want to set your child off. Because they're going to go off on you when you say something, you challenge them. They're going to go off on you. And you walk around and tell them, no, don't say that. Don't say that.
Jesus.
All children behave badly from time to time, but when defiance, hostility, and refusal to do what you tell them to do happens all the time, that calls for some serious intervention. Be nice about it. That calls for some serious intervention. I only know one way. And that's discipline and punishment when necessary. I don't know about your house, but in my house, I'm going to control the situation. I'm going to control the situation, whether through giving instructions or inflicting pain. control
Amen.
the situation. And you know why? Because God says the same. Don't think I'm abusive. God says the same. Proverbs 13:24 says this. He who spares his rod.
All right.
His rod.
That's right.
My rod is used. My rod got some nicks in it. He that spares his rod for punishing hates his son.
Wow.
For if you love him, you will be prompt to discipline him.
Wow.
That's the afflicting pain part.
Yes.
Isn't that what they're saying? If you hold off on disciplining them and don't punish them from time to time, you're not loving them.
That's right.
That's why a lot of them laying in the grave right now.
Jesus.
Because the one who would punish them, the one who wouldn't take their mess, went a little bit further than what you would have gone. You would have whooped them, but guess what? They killed them.
Wow.
Because they wasn't going to take their mess.
Jesus.
They weren't going to take it. That's why I tell young boys, you want to act up now, wait till you go out there in the street and
Yes.
act up.
Yes.
Okay? Proverbs 19:18 says, chasten, instruct, reprove, teach your son while there is hope. And let not thy soul spare for his crying. That's the instruction part. Sometimes you got to teach them. Sometimes you got to give some instruction. I'm not saying all the time. Whoop. If you're going to whoop all the time, something wrong with you. You got to check your parenting if you got to whoop all the time.
Yeah.
And it says, notice it says, while there is hope. While he's still young.
Yes. Yes.
Our problem is we got teenagers we trying to whoop. We got teenagers we trying to tell, you can't do that, don't do that. And by the time you get to that point, you might mess around and get whooped. I'm just trying to help us this morning.
All right.
You may mess around and get whooped, and then they give you a piece of your mind, their mind. I mean, you've been given a piece of your mind. They're going to give you a piece of their mind. Why? You have to get them while there is hope, while they are young.
Yes.
When they are capable of being changed and corrected. And don't be afraid to give strong rebuke with your reproof.